loops it down there, and wide open. Then the ball is knocked loose. The catch is made, and then the ball is knocked out of his hand.
From Sachin Tendulkar to Virat Kohli.
You are lifting weights?
Correct. Does it not look like it?
Oh, the ball is free. Scooped up by Stroud. Circles, throws, complete on a busted play. Hutchinson.
Hey, you both right here.
I love this shit. I'm gonna smile all day. Hey, cause it's fun when I whoop a man's ass.
All right, welcome back to the Bolts Podcast. My name is Nick Cates. My pronouns are he and him. And once again, I am joined by a defending podcast champion guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
This is Marco. I've been on the podcast before. He, him. Glad to be back. I can't wait to talk about this because it's going to be so fun.
Defending your podcast title from earlier in the season. You're back to defend it. Let's get into this Broncos game, man. I was just telling you, just from every direction, I feel like I've been struggling to not lose brain cells, both like before, during, and as a result of this game.
I'm just glad Herbert didn't play.
Me too.
I'm just glad he didn't play. That's like all you can hope for, to be honest.
It's better to lose brain cells than your quarterback, but goddamn, just between both like scouting Bo Nix and like, again, if you follow us on social media, if you've listened to this podcast, any of the podcast materials, as it pertains to the Broncos, you know that I am among the biggest Bo Nix haters in existence. But like, the reason why, it's not because of like my own deep-seated psychological issues. It's honestly because every time I go to watch tape of him or watch him play, I think of the worst possible way it could possibly be, and then I watch the tape and he's worse somehow than any way that I could have possibly conceived.
That throw that vid you put up on, what was the throw? I forget who the intended receiver was, where he had multiple guys open.
Yes.
Yeah, that one was crazy. I was like, that's funny that you picked that up because that one was insane to look at.
I just don't know how you miss 3 open receivers and throw the one guy that like on the scale from 1 to like completely locked down blanketed. Like, Pat Bryant was already handcuffed and potentially in leg irons on that play, and there was not a single other receiver that was remotely covered.
Who was covering him on that play? Because he actually had him locked down.
What's his name? I keep forgetting. Go back and watch the videos on it. I can't remember. I don't think he played against us. I think it's one of the Jaguars' backup corners or something like that.
I see. Yeah, I didn't recognize the number at all.
No, I don't think so.
He had like a similar build to Tarheeb, and I was like, oh, that's not Tarheeb though.
Yeah, no,
not him at all.
No,
he would never be playing in this game.
Well, but Peyton didn't let Bo Nix throw at anybody in this game. Like,
yeah, you noticed they were keeping it on the ground a lot.
Well, they were keeping it on the ground, but also the passing plays were noticeably more vanilla, and I had a bunch of Broncos fans defending Bo Nix's poor play with the vanilla play calling, saying they didn't want to put anything on tape. I'm like, nobody, it's vanilla play calling because your quarterback can't execute basic throws, and Sean Payton doesn't want him to throw 4 picks to the Chargers' backup defense. I mean, as it is, he I don't know if you saw that play. I think it was in the third quarter. He really tried hard to throw an interception. He didn't quite get it to, I don't remember who that was. I feel like it was one of our linebackers or something like that. But he just threw like one floating up in the air that almost like got intercepted. And it was like he was trying so hard to throw a pick, and it just didn't quite work out.
Yeah, it was kind of a strange vibe on the Broncos side of things, because I feel like the Chargers came in, we were all just like, oh yeah, this is whatever. Like this game, it's gonna happen. Like it's almost like a bye week almost. Like get some guys some reps, and Trey Lance will do his thing, I guess, whatever he did, which wasn't much, but he'll do his thing, and then we'll just move on. But it felt like as the game was progressing, you felt this increasing pressure. Like the Chargers could win this game. We should not be even slightly close to winning this game, and it's close. And there's just like the mounting pressure of like, what's going on? Like, you guys should win this game. Like, this is insane.
Well, and it's because I think that Sean Payton's game plan was just to execute like a very simple West Coast offense, very game managed type of game plan that would just allow the Broncos to very slowly score a couple of touchdowns on the backups and then take everybody out. Like, ideally by the end of the first half, I think that's what they wanted to do. And I think maybe the last defensive possession, they got their defensive backups into the game. But other than that, the Broncos played their starters for 60 minutes in this game. And yes, they will get a week off. But, like, in other words, you can only not put stuff on tape to such a degree if you're playing your starters the entire time, right? We know for a fact that should the Chargers beat the Patriots and we would automatically get the Ponies in the divisional. The Ponies know that the offense that we trot out will be substantially different because Trey Lance won't be quarterbacking it. That offense was very much tailor-made for Trey Lance. Whereas, yes, I suppose like the Broncos weren't going to put on tape their spicier plays, maybe some of their deeper throws and stuff like that, or more complicated passing concepts, but it's not like they can completely retool their offense for the divisional game. They play in a certain way, and even their like checkdowns and more conservative type of passing calls, their quick hits like they called in this game, they still fit within Sean Payton's style, which isn't changing. That film is still going to be useful to the Chargers. So in that way, it just felt like there was a huge, like, thumbing, like Jim Harbaugh thumbing his nose at Sean Payton for this entire game factor here. And the Broncos fans were not happy about it.
It was like that I love that point about Jim, because it was like, yeah, he just was like being I guess in layman terms, being a bit of a pain in the ass to him the whole game. And I was like, that's so funny because like they're actually making them try. And that was beautiful to see. I mean, shout out to Jesse Minter for making these third stringers look elite. That was incredible. It's like, wow, these guys look like they can actually play. Like getting a lot of pressure was shocking. That was like really cool to see. I think was it Marlo Wax that has been making rounds, because he actually seemed to be quite competent.
He's really good. He's been great since he played really well in the preseason too. He's just been because of Dayon and Denzel Perryman, he's been locked out at and Troy Dye. Troy Dye's been so good.
Yeah,
like middle linebackers,
right?
One of our biggest strengths, and it just it kind of sucks because he's also really good, but it's like, yeah, everybody else there fucking eats.
I guess it just makes you feel better about if you really want to make a deep run.
Yeah.
If someone goes down, you feel good about him.
Oh yeah.
And that's what that's what that felt like. It was like,
oh yeah,
well, we actually can rely on this guy.
Well, and we're gonna, as I'll get to this, but we're gonna need our middle linebackers big time because we need somebody to stop Travion Henderson as soon as possible.
Talking about the Broncos.
I just want to talk about the Broncos fans for 1 second. I need to vent about this because I've been dealing with these people for like 2 days. Yeah, these people, it's really insane because, and I think there's a real disconnect here because they were booing Bo Nix off the field multiple times during this game when
that was wild.
Continue going 3 and out. It was wild, but I think it also really serves as evidence that there's the fans that are actually going to the games for the Broncos are out of step with the people who comment on my videos online. Because the people who comment on my videos online, because I made an entire video of Bo Nix being a terrible quarterback, where breaking down his film, making monumentally bad decisions and bad throws. And these people reacted as though I besmirched the honor of their sisters, which is completely baffling to me. Like I have a dude on YouTube who wrote multiple, as I put it, multiple Tolstoy novels in my comments and accused me of being an angry fan, which I'm like, my God,
funny.
please.
The 200-word essays are so funny.
It's like number one,
Actual
like
200-word essay. That's crazy.
it's crazy. Oh, it's crazy. Like number one, it's not your family, right? You didn't draft Bo Nix. Like it doesn't.
No, he does his. No, come on, dude.
No. Number two, if you know anything about the history of the Broncos, especially in the 21st century, having a good quarterback means exactly jack shit in terms of making the playoffs or winning the Super Bowl, because this is the team that, number one, made the playoffs with Tim Tebow, and number two, won a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning basically in a nursing home. And
you think they know that what good quarterback play looks like because of, I mean, they have to play the Chargers every year, and the Chargers have, outside of a few quarterbacks, have had pretty elite quarterbacks for most of their history. I don't know, whatever. It's the cope, I think, is genuinely like I just really, I mean, you have to get through the Patriots first, but I really, really want to beat the Broncos in the playoffs. That would be amazing. It would be up there with, like, I mean, it would, I think that would, I mean, again, I'm not trying to get myself like ahead of myself, but it really would cement, like, okay, this is the Jim Harbaugh era Chargers. Like, this isn't what we had before with like the McCoys and the Lynns and the Staleys, where it's just, yeah, but traumatized by that one. And it's really a turnaround point. I mean, you got to get that first win. Like, again, not trying to get ahead of myself, but it would be really, really fun to live in that universe. Don't want to fantasize too much, but
well, I just think it's crazy that you said the word cope about the Broncos fans' reaction, and like they won. Like they won this game and they're coping about
that
the
is
fact
crazy.
that I'm right.
That is crazy. Yeah, I mean, he just didn't look good. Like, it's just like, that's, what do you, like, he hasn't looked good against the Chargers ever, to be honest. So,
but you go back to these other games, even the previous couple of games, it's not better. Like, there's a slight variation in play calling, and like occasionally he'll hit a deep throw, but it's not better. It's not consistent. It's, like I said, nauseating to watch. I'm losing brain cells on the way in, watching the game, and on the way out dealing with the Ponies fans, because even watching this tape, I feel like, is making me dumber.
There was multiple plays where I believe Bo Nix overthrew wide open receivers, even on like some checkdowns, just like sailed it. Just like, whoa, dude.
He lost the Broncos. He lost the Broncos the game at SoFi this year by airmailing boundary receivers that were like wide open in one-on-one coverage at the end of the game.
Yeah, it happened a while ago, but yes, he was airmailing it a lot.
Yep.
And it's a thing that I remember. I can't remember when, maybe a couple games ago, where Herbert airmailed a couple, and that was like one of those things where you're like, oh, he doesn't do that often. Ooh, and like, but with Bo Nix, like, oh yeah, he does that. He just
does it twice again.
That.
Twice again.
Like, that's just what he does. But with elite quarterback play, aka J10,
yes,
it's a shock. It's like, oh man, definitely wants that one back. That's not something that he does very often. And it's what separates the. You can't put the, yes, they have the same. I think you even said that, you're like, yes, they have the same number, but not
that's
even
about it.
The same stratosphere.
Same alma mater.
Same alma mater, yeah. There's another podcast to listen to that, like, I have to agree with it. I don't know if I can trust him. I don't know. I heard that he doesn't like dogs.
Bo Nix?
He's not a fan of dogs. I'm like, whoa.
I can't come up. This is what I'm saying. I can't come up with defamation about this guy that's worse than like the actual stuff that I hear about him or see about him, right?
like I really need to confirm this. I trust these people, so I'm just gonna take their word for it. But there was like they had like a dog, like they'll do like dog days and like have like, oh, the players will play with dogs that need to need to have a home and stuff like that. And he's like, I'm good. Don't really like dogs or something like that. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. I really want to see this clip. I like the past week I've been like, what do I even search up? Bo Nix doesn't like dogs.
I'm trying to think of like how I could make up a mean thing about him, but then I feel like if I said like I don't know, I'm trying to think of like a weird mean thing about Bo Nix, like um I don't know. I don't like Bo Nix. Like if I were to say Bo Nix leaves floaters in people's toilets when he goes over to their house, but then I would find out no, Bo Nix doesn't do that. But what he does do is lick his own toilet bowl clean, and I'd be like, what the fuck?
That's so much worse.
It's so much worse than the thing I would have thought of to be as mean as I possibly can. And this is what goes like all these Ponies fans are like, you're being so mean, you're so disrespectful, and I'm like, I am like not half as disrespectful and embarrassing than this guy like insists on being 200% of the time.
Yeah, there's some there's some images of him with certain people that I'm like, that's interesting choice to take a picture with that human being.
Let's talk about this upcoming weekend's game and how.
I would just say, thank God it's not on a 10 p.m. time slot. Thank God, dude. I was so happy when I was like, I'll take 1:25 West, like Pacific Standard Time. I'll take that. No, 5 p.m. Even better.
We got the full prime time. Chargers are
better.
Undefeated in prime time this year. I do believe those were all. Yeah, I think those were all technically, other than the Raiders game, those were all technically home games. Although one of them was on a different continent, and definitely most of the people there were rooting for the Chiefs, so it doesn't really count as a home game.
Yeah, it's not really a home game.
Undefeated in prime time, the Chargers are.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited. I just like that it isn't at 10 p.m. Because if it was at 10 p.m., I would be really scared.
It's not that our strong suit this year.
No, not even a little bit. And especially since the defense, our best point, tends to give. I don't know if I'm sure you noticed this. I don't remember if you've talked about it. The fact that our defense loves to give up touchdowns like in the first quarter. And we saw that in the Texans game where they gave up 2 touchdowns and then they kind of locked in. Which I feel like if it was a 10 p.m. game, 10 a.m. game, I would be a little scared and think like, oh, I'm getting vibes of this Jaguars game from earlier this year, where they just got
Giants game too.
Absolutely cooked. Like, and everyone looked flat. Like it was a massacre. It was really like uncharacteristic of them, but it's not. So I'm happy.
What I would say about the first half touchdowns, I talked about this. I did do a video about this, I believe. A lot of the plays where the Chargers defense has been unlocked for deep passing plays this year have had to do with the type of coverage that's being called, which is when Jesse Minter calls sort of rules-based pattern match coverages, a lot of coordinators like to play those rules against each other and get somebody wide open on a deep post, which is what the Texans basically did twice in a row because the Chargers, well, the first play, we just straight up discombobulated. Like nobody knew where they were going.
Yeah, you saw a lot of this.
Yeah. And there's 2 plays this year where that's happened. And then the second play from that Texans game was a deep post against match quarters. That happens. That's the weakness of match quarters, is that you can scheme that up for a deep post, and it's very difficult to cover. I'm less worried about that. What I will say is where I think the Chargers defense for the whole season has been at its best playing shell drop zone type of coverages. Jesse Minter has these really, really complicated coverages where he takes advantage of the fact that we have like the fastest secondary in the league to basically give, like, he has thrown, I broke this down in the Cowboys tape, just some of the most like, he'll throw you like the craziest looking defense at the snap and then rotate into something completely different after the snap.
Yes, I remember seeing this video of yours, and it was crazy to. Jesse Minter really is what Staley thought he was, because it's impressive, especially against the Cowboys offense, to see something so creative be thrown out there. It was really, really like fun to watch, because you don't really get to see that on TV that often because
No.
you don't really get to see the defenders. But it's definitely like, God, I really don't want Jesse Minter to go. I really don't.
I hate to say it, but with the news we got this morning that John Harbaugh is out as the coach of the Ravens, I really hate to say it, but I don't see how the Ravens aren't going to hire Jesse Minter.
Yeah, they're just gonna boop.
I
That's
think
ours now.
that the two most likely people are either Jesse Minter or Todd Monken for that job.
Awesome. Well, hey, let's make it a good one.
Exactly. He's still he's still auditioning for other teams, so I think he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder. And to be honest, since I spent the day watching Drake Maye film, those types of coverages are exactly what we need to take care of the Patriots in general. The biggest thing that I know, like the biggest overarching theme I saw, because the Patriots have been a massive big play offense this year, but the biggest theme I can tell you about why they're having big plays is that teams get over aggressive with them. Like, they will give Drake Maye press coverage with a single high safety and, dare him. This is in the video that I just put out, and just dare him to make a throw down the sidelines, and he'll make that throw. Right? It's similar to the Chargers had similar issues with Dak Prescott in the first half of the Cowboys game where they were just scheming that one-on-one coverage down the boundary. Jesse Minter needs to stay with those packages that were taking away the deep routes kind of in totality. And it's when it's working because you see how the defensive backs, no one specific back is really covering any specific receiver, but they're all kind of in the area to make a play on the ball at the same time. And there's nothing that the quarterback can do.
Is that what he exploited a lot this year? Was
Yeah.
that
Single
exactly
high
that?
especially.
Okay.
Like
Interesting.
anything cover 1 or cover 3, he was always looking to throw deep. And the thing is that if you can do it right, you can use that to bait him. So if you can rotate quickly enough, he'll see the cover 3 before. Like, he threw an interception to Tre'Davious White where Trey started kind of creeping back before the snap to make it look like he was playing cover 3 because they had 2 high safeties and they started in press coverage, and then Trey just sort of starts creeping up a little bit up the sideline to make it look like, oh, I'm going into a deep third to play cover 3. And then once the actual coverage happens, it's really just cover 4. And he goes, but Drake Maye thinks it's cover 3, and he's going to get that one-on-one matchup. And he ended up having to lead the ball to the outside, which is where Trey had leverage, and Trey got the interception out of that. So it's just about confusing him. And I think that that's something Jesse Minter is capable of doing.
I think this is kind of why, like, again, you just take what you get in the playoffs. You're just like, that. This is our path, and that's what it is. But from everything I'm seeing, from being kind of clocked in on the social media comments and posts that are happening, and the very hot takes that are being said about everyone. Apparently, everyone is generational. Everyone also sucks, and either team will get their S rocked. That's what I mean. It's just slop everywhere. It's kind of it's incredibly brain dead. But there is that little bit of truth to everything. And I haven't watched too much of Drake Maye this year because I'm a Charger fan. It's gonna be a really close game, I think.
Me too.
Ultimately, like it. I really hate when I go online and it's either one or the other, and when it's one or the other, it's like, oh, something's wrong here. Like, I don't like that when it's one or the other, and because have you got the vibe that the Patriots feel kind of similar to last year's Chargers team? Have you felt this?
Last year's
At
Chargers
least
team with one
storyline-wise?
notable exception, which is that the Patriots are a normal football team, and the Patriots win games they should win and lose games they should lose, by and large. They did lose to the Raiders this year, so that kind of bucks the
That's
trend, but that was
embarrassing.
week 1.
Yeah, that's
So,
incredibly embarrassing.
yeah, shit happens. But like by and large, they make a lot more sense. Listen, we would have gotten 14-3 last year if we would have beat the Cardinals, if we would have beat the Steelers, if we would have beat the Chiefs one time out of 2. That we easily could have beat them. Just those 3 games. And there's other games that I'm forgetting from last year that were insane and stupid and stupidly close. The Ravens game we easily could have won. Just a whole bunch of them. So in that way, I see what you're saying, but the Chargers and Patriots just have a different vibe about them. And that's why the Patriots won. Like, honestly, we should be goddamn 15-2 because we shouldn't have lost to the Giants or the Commies or the Colts, by the way.
Yeah, that's. I try not to think about those games, but you are correct. I guess I'm thinking about it more so in the fact that it seems like it was a team that got turned around fairly quickly. And I remember last year there was a lot of talk about the Chargers' schedule being kind of weak, and that seems to be a narrative with the Patriots right now. But
I think that's kind of a weak narrative, but
yeah, I would argue that I'm like, you don't just stumble into 14 wins. Like, that doesn't really happen. And like, it's still the NFL. Like, you still have to play, and teams are also trying to play you hard and do well. So it is a very like, this is like the brain dead social media side of things that I just absolutely hate.
But I also think there's a more specific way of looking at it that's a little bit more informative, which is to say that yes, like the Patriots have had to execute and win a lot of very important games this year, but it's undeniable that, especially on like the defensive end, Drake Maye has not seen a run defense as good as the Chargers since like week 8 against Cleveland, probably, and hasn't seen a pass defense since week 15 against the Bills, which the Patriots lost that game. And I will also point out that while the Bills have the best pass defense in the league, they have the worst run defense in the league. Travion Henderson had multiple 50-plus yard touchdown runs. And I think that the Chargers are very well equipped to prevent that from happening. Actually, I think a lot of those shell-type coverages will just inherently prevent it from happening, because even if Travion Henderson gets to the second level, there will be a bunch of dudes in the second level there ready to tackle him. Whereas the Bills were like overcommitting like crazy right to the middle of the field, and then Travion, like one of them, they literally gummed up. Like they just filled it with humanity, right? This massive humanity during the original hole. So Travion just turns to the left, and there's literally nobody like in the same state, and he just ran 50 yards to the end zone. And it's like, we don't overcommit that damn hard. We won't have that problem.
I can't remember, but there really weren't many plays this year where the run defense gave up big yardage. I can only really think of the one during the Eagles game, which was kind of like a trick play.
It was.
And that was kind of it. Like, they didn't really give up much, which is shocking because I always feel like every year I'm always just like waiting for that 1 or 2 plays where it's just like, oh my God, of course. Like, they just like did something a little different, and then X, Y, and Z happened, and now they just got, just got 6 just like that.
Yep.
But this defense just didn't do that this year at all.
Especially the back half and the last few games, even more specifically.
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, there's that stat going around that the Chargers have more interceptions than they've let touchdowns happen.
I think so. Yes.
It's like 16. They've allowed 16 touchdowns to 19 interceptions.
I was going to say, I think 19 interceptions, yeah.
Yeah, which is insane.
We haven't allowed a touchdown. We haven't allowed a defensive touchdown since the second Jalen Noel touchdown in the first quarter. We haven't, in like 7 quarters, we haven't allowed an offensive touchdown.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I mean, I remember halfway through the season, people were starting to pick up on the fact that the Chargers are really good in the red zone. And yeah, for some reason, I feel more confident when they're in the red zone. I'm like, oh yeah, they're gonna stop them. Like, yeah, they're gonna do that. They did that against the Broncos even.
Yep.
Again with their third stringers.
Even with the Broncos getting the ball at like the 40-yard line.
Yeah, with really good field positioning, and they were still stopping them. It's something that, like, yes, I'm sure. Like, again, I think, where do the Patriots offense rank?
It's high. They're
one of the better
good.
ones, right?
They're very good. So it's number 3 total, number 4 passing, and number 6 rushing. That's interesting.
Where did the Cowboys end up landing ultimately compared? Because I think that was one of the better offenses we faced.
Probably the best. They're the number 2 offense in football. The only better offense was the Rams, who we didn't face. And number 2 passing and number 8 rushing for the Cowboys.
Okay.
The Cowboys better passing offense than the Patriots, but worse, right? Like significantly, like by about 200 and more than 250 yards. Better passing offense, but worse rushing offense.
Yeah, talking to you about this game, I'm not gonna say I feel confidence, but I feel confidence in the defense showing up.
Me too.
I think that's kind of where I'm at. It's not a confidence of a win. It is a confidence of our defense, because that's been the identity this whole year. They've really, outside of like that Jaguars game, like it really hasn't gone awry. And really, I mean, this has been the narrative the entire season, is your defense gives you a chance every single game, and that's what they've been doing. So the glaring thing in the wall is unfortunately the offense, but how can I not feel confident when Justin Herbert's back there? Like, at least like feel like he could make a play.
Yeah.
Ultimately. And especially with, man, I've been liking, I mean, Trey Harris has been, I really want him to exploit the fact that he's a rookie and they don't have a lot of tape on him. But I don't know if Greg Roman will do that. I don't know. But he's been getting in this, like, he's been having more snaps, I've noticed. He's been way more involved. I'd love to have him just like break out in this game. I would absolutely love it. Because you know they're gonna cover Keenan. You know they're gonna cover McConkey, and they'll cover QJ, like all of those guys. But the one guy that I'm like, I would love to see someone just pop off, it's Trey Harris.
That's my thing. I don't think they can cover all of those guys in a Ronde at the same time.
Yeah, not even to mention a Ronde. Jesus.
I don't think that they can cover our 11 personnel consistently. I don't think they'll be able to do it. I mean, like, yeah, they'll try and cover QJ. Pat Surtain couldn't cover QJ one-on-one. Whoever else is going to have to get up and cover the rest of our receiving core, and I think that's going to be easier said than done. I honestly think in this game, I think there's a good chance that both quarterbacks, if not have huge games, like I think there's a very good chance that both quarterbacks go over 200 yards. If they don't, they're still both going to make some insane plays, and they're not going to go over 200 yards because the defensive quality is going to be too high. I think that this game is going to be decided on who can establish their run better, and I honestly don't know who that's going to be. I think that the Chargers are very well, we'll see about Ramondre Stevenson, but I think the Chargers are very well equipped to stop Travion Henderson because we have one of the fastest defenses in the league. So that's really big. And one of the biggest things that I noticed watching the Patriots offense is that Drake Maye performs so much better with a running game. And they Vrabel loves to establish the run. As good as Drake Maye is, and as much as he can unleash fireworks deep down the field kind of whenever he wants to, he can't do it whenever he wants to if they can't establish the run. It's so much harder. They do have a quick game, but it's not really the same type of West Coast quick game that like you saw under Belichick with Tom Brady, where like, you know, the quick hits to Edelman and like James White and those types of people would replace running plays, right? You don't have that. You have a lot of running plays with Travion Henderson. You have a lot of running plays with Ramondre Stevenson. So it's going to come down to the Chargers' ability to stop that, which I think that's where I'm confident. That's where I'm like, the Chargers are kind of going to shock the Patriots with how good the run defense is. And Drake Maye is going to have to shoulder a lot more of the load, I think, than he usually does in terms of creating yards. On the Chargers side, this is such a big game for Omari and Hampton and Greg Roman in terms of making the right run calls, mixing in the right quick passes. I think that's the one thing, because I've been watching Drake Maye tape all day. I haven't gotten a chance to really do a solid look at the Patriots run defense and like really see where they're most vulnerable. But I think that if Omarion goes over 100 yards, I think there's a very good chance the Chargers win this game sheerly by controlling time of possession. Only that. Like, seriously, if Justin Herbert has the ball for 35 minutes of this game, that might win it for the Chargers right there, because Drake Maye cannot hurt the Chargers if he's sitting on the bench.
Yeah, and I believe the Chargers are one of the better teams at time of possession this year, and I think that's what the game plan probably is going to have to be, is just keep the ball as much as possible and limit Drake Maye.
Yep.
Just limit him as much as possible. Just don't let him have the ball as much. And the fact that the Chargers are good at that at time of possession is, again, it's still going to be tough, but I like that. I do enjoy that fact. I hate to bring this up because I literally just like erase it from my mind, because I remember last year being like, we're going to beat the Texans. This year, it's definitely not the same. Not even close.
I think we've learned some humility.
Yeah, I should have learned that after the Jaguars game, honestly. But
what was there really to learn after the Jaguars game? You know what I learned from the Jaguars game? Don't do magic mushrooms 2 times in less than 2 weeks. That's what I learned from the Jaguars game, because I still believe that that's the reason why we lost, is because I did too many shrooms.
Well, the blaring problem is that a person that shall not be named was head coach, and his name didn't start with a J, and he was wait, did it? No, it started with B, actually. Wow, that's really funny. That's really funny that his initials are BS. That's just hilarious. Like, has anyone ever said that? That's so funny.
I really wish I had caught on to that when he was coach, so I would have known to keep my expectations low.
Right? Jesus, man. But I feel like the vibes are a little different this year.
Yeah.
Like there definitely was a little bit of overconfidence going to that Texans game. Just the fact that it was just Ladd McConkey and crew, and Will Dissly, which he's still on the team, but like whenever I see him make a catch, I'm always like, just drop it, dude. I know you want to.
Well, he's also been reduced to like his actual role, which is blocking.
Yeah, love that.
That's what he's supposed to do. He's really good at that.
Yeah.
So
thank God, dude. Oh my God.
We don't have to worry.
Bless Rondé because he actually has hands. Outside of some unfortunate things that happened during that Texans game,
it's a rite of passage for the Chargers pass catcher that you have to drop a bunch of passes in inconvenient ways.
Get it out of the way now.
Yep.
And we'll see you on Sunday.
I swear to God, in 2 years, this entire receiver and tight end room is all going to have flypaper for hands. I swear to God, in 2 years, they will not be able to drop any passes. But right now, they just got to get it out of their system.
Get it out of the system, which is why I didn't really care that much that Cameron missed two kicks against the Texans. I was like, whatever, dude, get it out of the way. Honestly, that game had terrible vibe going into it anyway. After that first touchdown, I was like, oh no. But that was 2 weeks ago.
It was great vibes until it was because like Thunder Alley was great vibes, but then as soon as the bobblehead went down, it took a left turn real fast.
Oh, real fast. Yeah. I know you were talking about that, and I was like, yeah, that was really bad. Anyway, do you have anything else on this Patriots team?
Well, I think I should say we talked about this before at the podcast, but I do need to come clean about a little bit of something.
Story.
If you are a regular listener to this podcast or you know me in real life, you already know this about me. But I have only been a Chargers fan since 2021. And I was born here in Los Angeles, like the Chargers, but I didn't grow up here in Los Angeles. My parents moved me out of town when I was 4 years old, and the town that they moved me to was Boston, Massachusetts. And my dad's team growing up, my dad's team still is the New England Patriots, and I learned the game of football when I was living in Boston, and adopted my dad's team. So that was literally my team until 2021 when I went to SoFi Stadium to see a certain Michael McCorkle Jones play. Real name, by the way, look it up. Play quarterback for the Patriots to root against the Chargers. The Patriots won that game, but I didn't really feel good about that. I wasn't really happy about it, and the reason why is that Justin Herbert and Derwin James had stolen my heart, honestly, like straight up. And the next day I drove to the team store, I bought this hat, and like I kind of haven't looked back. It's fucking crazy. I mean, obviously the Chargers have been better than the Patriots since that game happened, I would say, overall, other than this season. But I don't know, some of it is just like living here, but also, and I won't air my familial dirty laundry too much on this podcast, but like, I'm definitely rooting for the Chargers in this game, and it's not because the Patriots are my dad's team and I want him to fucking lose. I don't need to go too deep into that, but all that is to say, being a Chargers fan has unlocked a lot of things for me, just like emotionally and personally and spiritually in a lot of different ways. Having this platform, however small it is at the moment, to talk about the Chargers has, like, it's changed my life in a positive way that watching my football team win 6 championships never really did.
Interesting how that works, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because, and I didn't want to get too much into my child, but like, all I ever knew of the Patriots was winning. Like, my first football season was 2002. The Patriots were Super Bowl champions, and they would win 2 of the next 3 Super Bowls. Not actually 2002, but the next 2 after that. And so all I kind of knew of my team was them being at the top. And if they weren't, there was this degree to which if they weren't at or near the top, I kind of didn't know who they were. And this was a big problem across the Patriots fan base, which is evidenced by the fact that when Tom Brady went to the Bucs, a sickening number of motherfuckers followed him there. And I found that, I will just say, like, you can call me a fucking carpetbagger for being a Chargers fan, but I am not that much of a goddamn glory hunter that, I would fucking, abandon, I stuck around for 1 year of Cam Newton and half a year of McCorkle before becoming, and I cannot emphasize this in strong enough terms, a Chargers fan, which is better, but also so much worse.
Yeah, like, I think if if you had picked the Chiefs, that would be a problem. That would be a problem, right? That would be a problem.
Yeah. Or the Bucs.
Because then it's just like, okay, we know or the Bucs, yeah, exactly. So then it's like, oh, we know what you're about, but it's like, no, you chose pain.
But
you chose.
But also, so like, it frustrated me so much to see so many people that I grew up with being diehard Pats fans that it's like you won't even stand behind Belichick, right? Because Belichick hadn't crashed out yet, right? There was still a chance, and I think they went like 8-8 with Cam the next year. Like, he wasn't like total dog shit. They went to the playoffs the first year with McCorkle to get absolutely the shit smacked out of them by the Bills, but they still went to the playoffs with fucking McCorkle. And I just like it disgusted me how, and like, to be clear, like, I always my haterness dumb with Patrick Mahomes, it didn't start with me being a Chargers fan. It started with the Patriots playing the Chiefs, and like Chris Collinsworth going in with, now here's a guy, Patrick Mahomes, he's so much better than Tom Brady. He's a new guy, and I like him so much better. And then he walks into Foxboro, he throws 2 fucking picks. I'm like, this is just fucking new age Peyton, kid. Like, there's the Boston coming right out of me. So I don't know. All of it informs everything else. And look, I still am a Patriots fan. If the Patriots win this game, I will definitely be rooting for the Pats in the next round. But as long as the Chargers are alive, I am fucking ride or die with the Bolts, and I would rather see the fucking Chargers charge the fuck into Mile High and beat the brakes off the Broncos than anything that the Patriots could possibly do in the next round. Not to mention, like, my dad's gonna be at the game, and I really want to. I want him to get like the fucking front row seat to like why I have gone crazy about the Chargers for the last 4 years, because like Justin Herbert goes out there and does his magnum opus.
Yeah, Jay Herbo, ball out, please.
2 picks from Derwin, 2 sacks. Yeah,
just like you want the stars to kind of do their thing.
Yep.
I think like you want Derwin and Jay Herbo to really like just be like, we're like, you guys have been like, yeah, they're good, but like they're still the Chargers.
Yep.
And just like, no, let's show them what we're about.
Yep.
And
it's time.
And like actually do it. Yeah, get Herbo his first playoff win against a team that obviously has a history of high expectations.
Yeah.
And it would be beautiful. And it would make me even happier because of who we played after. If we win, who we play afterwards.
Yep.
Who we play after that, we'll see. I don't know.
Well, but the fact that we know that for sure, I think that's the perfect bulletin board material for the Chargers this week. It's like, oh, you hated sitting on the bench and watching that bum stink it up for 2 hours, not being able to, plant him on his ass. Guess what? You beat Drake Maye. You can go plant him on his ass 15 times.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's play the actual game.
Yep.
Let's play the actual game, because that week 18 was like, it wasn't a real game.
Yeah.
Like,
the Broncos cannot beat us. And Bo Nix cannot beat the actual Chargers. He cannot do it. He couldn't beat the not actual Chargers defense either. But
yeah, right. Yeah.
He definitely
I'm excited.
Can't beat the real shit.
I'm excited. It's good. It'll be a fun game. I don't know what my plans will be for that Sunday night. Last time I went against the Texans, I went to Tom's Watch Bar right next to
I think there's a watch party
known as Staples.
Staples. Always Staples.
Yeah.
Always Staples.
And that was cool. There was a lot of fans there. It was dope. It just sucked because, man, I remember last year being like, damn, the city's on fire.
Yeah.
So cool to get this win. Like, me and my dad, we win, and it was like smoky as hell going over there. And we're like, let's get this W, and they just fucking shat the bed.
Well, I can't help but think that's part of why I'm like, well, like, we don't have to practice in fucking like 2 layers of smoke. I don't even know. They probably didn't get to practice the same way because of that.
Oh, yeah.
Last year.
There was all those pictures of their the practice facility being super smoky. It was crazy.
Yeah. So, knock on. I mean, we just had a shit ton of rain, so
one of the reporters that follows the Chargers, they said that they're gonna fly out on Friday.
Okay. Yeah. So that means that we would have to have another catastrophe in the next 2 days.
Which,
yeah, knock on wood, none of that. Honestly, the only real vibe thing, and I brought this up on last week's podcast, but the only real vibe thing that does worry me a little bit, and I need you to stay here with me on this because it's a little outside of the box, but I actually think that just vibes-wise, the whole Stephon Diggs, Christian Barmore, like, criminality thing could actually help the Patriots because, like, how do I put this? The Patriots have a history of people on work release winning them games, and Massachusetts has a long history of people, like, winning elections and titles and things like that from jail. So, like, that's the
Okay.
one sort of piece of, like, Massachusetts juju. Like I don't know if you know, one of the most pre-Brady, one of the most, like, famous, iconic uh uh moments in the history of the Patriots was there was a snow game. I think it was a regular season game. And there was a game-winning field goal that needed to be kicked. This was in, like, the 80s or the 90s, and this guy literally went on the field with a snow plow and plowed out a spot for the kicker. They had to change the rule after this happened, and the guy, like, quite literally, like, he wasn't a Foxboro Stadium groundskeeper. He was literally a guy on work release that fucking did it. So, like,
Yeah. That they're not gonna play, right? Confirmed?
I think they are gonna play.
They are? Okay.
I think they haven't been suspended or anything, but
It's not like
I don't
it's not
know.
like a
I saw it, I was like, yeah, I don't know. It is domestic violence though, so it's not
That's what I
really
was like. I thought they were doing like a Trevor Bauer thing where they're like, you're not like suspended, but like you're just not gonna play.
They might be doing that. I don't know. I know that with Diggs, they literally said we stand behind Stephon, so I don't think that they're gonna sit him.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess it'll be nicer when they winning with him. I'd rather beat their best than
Yeah.
be like, you know, like I prefer that.
And I also, as good as Stephon Diggs is, Drake Maye is a fucking baller. He will, like, Stephon Diggs is not our only worry. We got to stop Kayshon Boutte down the boundary. Demario Douglas is fast as fuck. Like, you got to stop that guy. Even if like the Stephon Diggs, like, really does end up on work release and, like, can't, like, I don't know, maybe gets indicted for running a Ponzi scheme in the next 2 days. I don't know. Maybe he pops the AI bubble or something, or something like that in the next 2 days, and he can't play. We still have lots of Patriots receivers that aren't under indictment who are very good.
Yeah, that's I think with everything you've talked about, it's gonna be a tough fight. It really is. And more so than I think the past 7 weeks or so. Like I think the only game where I was like, oh wow, this is like a real like, just trading punches kind of was that Eagles game.
Yeah.
Where that felt like oh geez, like anyone can win this. This might be the first one where it'll be like that. Cause I mean, yeah, they made that Texans game like it was a game, but like it felt like the Texans were gonna win from the jump.
At least once those touchdowns happened, the vibe was shifting. I held out a lot of hope, but the vibe was shifting. It's crazy how close it still was, though.
Absolutely. Yeah. And really, like, I think that's why it's so important that those first 2 quarters are going to be really, really important. And please, just don't do what happened against the Texans.
I don't think we will. I think it's going to be very distinct from both of the last 2 playoff games. I think it's going to be a very distinct vibe. I think it's going to be a fight. But I just can't I really do think the Chargers are going to control possession. And I think that the Patriots are not going to be able they're not going to be able to execute their offense to enough of a degree that they can dominate. And while the Patriots have been pretty good in one-score games this year, I think that, I don't know, like I can't get past the fact that, like, if you take away the 2 Travion Henderson touchdown runs from the Buffalo game, it's 35-17, which is a blowout.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the worst run defense in the league that gave those up. We don't have the worst run defense in the league at all. In fact, I think it could even be said that our run defense is playing as good as it has all year right now. So
yeah.
I just can't get past that. I do think it's possible, though, that Drake Maye, because he's good with his legs, I think that he could punish us with his legs. But I don't know. I think it's going to be a good game. I think that I'm going to say Chargers win by like 6 points, like a 27-21 or like a 22-16 or something like that, 23-17, something like
I've
that.
been liking anything within the range of 24-19, like
Yeah.
20-26.
24-20, maybe.
Anything around there, I'm like, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
think
about
it'll be
right.
that. And then I'm going to also do next week's prediction, which is like we're going to go into Denver and beat them like 35-17. Like we're going to beat the fucking brakes off the Broncos.
I would love that. I would love that.
I think like belt to ass, bro. Holy shit. We are going to like I think the Broncos, and you know what? That's why the Ponies fans are so mad, is because they're fucking terrified. They're gonna be rooting harder for the Patriots this week than they ever have. They're gonna be throwing away all the feelings they had from the Manning era and and from Tom Brady and all of that shit. They are throwing all of that out the window. They are full on Bostonians. They will be at Dunkin' Donuts this week. They're all buying Red Sox hats. It's it's on.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they really don't want to face the Chargers.
No.
They really don't. And that brings me joy. Because that means we're doing something right.
Exactly.
Something's being done right.
Exactly.
If your team is feared in that way, you're doing something right.
Especially by the number 1 seed, so-called.
Yeah, you should be delighted to face.
Yeah.
To face the Chargers.
Exactly. Number 7 seed, what could we possibly do to you?
Yeah. What the hell, man? Yeah, it should be easy. Easy, right?
Just quite simply not allow you to score any touchdowns, that's all.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be
No problem.
beautiful. It also just means Jay Herbert will never lose to him. So.
That's true. No, he's going to pick apart the Broncos defense as only he can. Can we move? Let's move really fast to one quick piece of cricket news.
Go, Chargers, go! Chargers, go! Go, go, go!
And that is going to consist of me checking the score of the Ashes currently and commenting on what I see. Okay, ready? Go. Oh, it's in session 3. All right, of day 4. England are 2-11 for 3. They lead by 28 runs. It's the second innings. This is going to be a goddamn draw. So, context about what I just said. This is the 5-day kind of cricket, right?
Yeah.
And
it is, what do you call it? It's not test, right? It's test. It is test.
Yes.
Yeah.
We talked about the Ashes actually last time. This is the Lions versus Bears versus Packers, but if Illinois colonized Wisconsin. So because the ball hits the ground in cricket, right? The condition that the ground is in, that it's hitting, has a lot to do with how the match goes. And you have to strike a delicate balance in test cricket where you don't want it to be like too variable where the ball's going to bounce like crazy, so everybody's going to get out really quickly. But you also don't want it to be completely flat because then nobody will get out and you'll have what's called a draw, which I just mentioned, where 5 days pass and there are like basically not enough people have gotten out for there to be a decision. And it's like the whole match goes to no decision. Sort of.
That's wild.
So the Australians have been deeply struggling to get a cricket pitch that like actually works. Like 3 of the first 4 tests ended in like 2 days, which is like bad. Like there's already a form of cricket that intentionally lasts 1 day. So having a 2-day test is like a fucking waste of time. Like,
beautiful.
So they've built like what they like to call a road for this test where it's completely flat. Right. And now they can't get anybody out. So I believe 17 more people need to get out in order for this match to end. But it's during sort of the last third of day 4. So there's only like 1 day left and only like 23 out of the 40 have gotten out. So you see how those percentages don't really line up.
Oh, yeah. This is the draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, massive, like, Australia won the Ashes, which is pretty obvious because England sucks ass. But they did not win at making pitches for the Ashes. They took a nice fat L. All of their pitches sucked. Do better, Australia. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they'll, like, get, like, a rake in and they'll fix the pitch for day 5, so like 50 wickets will fall.
And honestly, that is a tragedy that Test cricket will last that long. I'll be honest, and this is why. This is from a completely outside observer point of view. I recently was on a website where you have to choose which of 2 stadium foods that you think most people have chosen. So it's not an either or. It's just like, did people choose this one more often than this other one? And it's you put these 2 foods together, and we got a lot of picture foods from a lot of UK stadiums for football, and then you got a lot of food picks from cricket stadiums. You guys cannot be feeding your people like that, man. This is ridiculous. For 5 days, you got to show up and eat that?
Were they from UK cricket stadiums?
A lot of it was Australia.
Okay, yeah, dude, it's just like random pies and shit, right?
A lot of meat pies.
Yeah,
A lot of meat pies. A lot
That's-
of really bad so-called burgers.
Yeah, yep.
It
That's-
was brutal.
And then they just drink a shit ton of beer for the whole day and try not to get
And
sunburned.
the pints.
Yeah,
And the pints.
a shit ton of. But well, dude, I'm telling you, like, I watched basically the whole day's worth of action yesterday, but like I watched it like on my TV behind me, barely paying attention. Like Test cricket is the ultimate background noise. It really is. Like you gotta have like a really long attention span or be like really, really into cricket to be able to like keep up with it. Like even the people playing the test match can barely pay attention to the damn test match. Half the time they're signing autographs in the stands. So like that.
Hey man, if you're showing up, shout out to you. But demand better food.
Yeah.
Demand it. This is some brutal
Yeah.
stuff I saw out there, man. Also, the Baltimore Orioles, I'll never forget that you guys sell oysters there, and they look absolutely disgusting. What are you doing?
That the ballpark is not for oysters. That's not what it's. That's way too
Wild.
luxurious of a food item to happen at a ballpark. You can't have
Insane. Absolutely insane. I know the Orioles just got Pete Alonso. I need him to demand better food.
It's also not an oyster hotspot at all. Like why? Like
Baltimore.
if they had like the Red Sox could do that shit. Like
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like the Patriots could serve oysters, right? But dude,
Yes.
like eats crab cakes, dude. Fucking crab cakes. Crab cakes.
You're Baltimore. Come on. What are we
What
doing?
are you doing? Oysters? Like, Doug, are you kidding me?
It's like the Dodgers selling like cornbread or something. I don't know. It's just like, yeah, I guess, but like
It's like if we
it's
saw
not
like
really a
pierogies.
it's not really a Southern Californian like a thing, you know?
Yeah.
And they're gonna you have to pay like $12 for it, but that's besides the point.
I mean, that's just because it's Dodger Stadium food.
Yeah, I will give it to everywhere else. When I was doing that, very reasonable prices.
Oh yeah.
Very reasonable.
Oh yeah.
It made me kind of sad.
I just need to get better at the pregame meal Dodger Stadium hang, and I also need to get the because like I've been really scoping out free parking. Like I figured out the free parking at the Intuit Dome. And no, I will not be revealing live on air where that is.
Absolutely not. You never give away your secrets.
No parking secrets unless you enter the Platinum Club, which is to say, I'll tell you as soon as I hit stop recording. But like Dodger Stadium, I know you pointed out to me one spot for potential free parking at Dodger Stadium, but like it's definitely a step down from like the SoFi free parking and the Intuit Dome free parking.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because it's on a hill. Like, it's really nothing you can do about that.
Well, you got to
surrounding
cross
area
over the
isn't-
highway too, right? Because there's a spot.
Yeah, that little highway.
Oh fuck! I said where it was. I'm gonna bleep out where.
Oh
it
yeah,
is, so
just
nobody
yeah.
can
We
remotely
can't
tell
we
where it
can't dox our spot.
No. We're not. We're the only thing. The only thing I'm doxing is the location of the tunnel that we dug with plastic spoons alongside Shohei Ohtani, which is underneath Fred Rosen's house in Bel Air.
Yes, absolutely. And Shohei is unfortunately he's in Japan cannot be on the show.
But he'll be here next week.
He'll be here next week. Yeah, he's doing important shit in Japan. Doing his Synchron energy drink commercials.
Exactly.
and
Oh,
all
he's
that.
got all of those, dude. You go to the Japanese supermarket, he's everywhere. Yoshi too. Yoshi's got like his own energy drink.
Yeah, I just saw that man in my local liquor store recently. I was like, wow, they actually have this. It's insane.
Oh, dude, they got like the liquor, they got the tea, they got the energy drink, they got the the cleansing salve, the medicinal herbs. Like you can get whatever you want from the Dodgers.
That would be a really fun thing to do. I love when podcasts have a thing at like the last 5 minutes of their podcast is something unrelated, and I wonder what that could be.
Well, I think general LA sports experience talk is something that we can always banter about because I don't know, we just go to so many games that
Yeah.
that type of experience I want to work in more just because I don't know, I want to talk about because I've been going to a lot of Clipper games recently, and I don't know, I get I don't like to flaunt the Dodgers too much myself just because I feel very, especially because I moved here and became a Chargers fan. Cuz you've been a Chargers fan your whole life. I
Mhm.
feel weird about given the San Diego roots. And my roots with the Chargers, I feel weird about flaunting the fact that I'm a Dodgers fan around all of the San Diego folks, especially considering my overall opinion about the Dodgers Padres rivalry is everybody needs to chill out and hate the Giants and Angels more.
Yeah, I literally every single time I see Dodger and Padres fans beefing, I'm like, we need to stop.
Yeah.
Because we need to remember that we're both in Southern California, and I'd rather be here than anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome here. Outside of some urbanism things that I won't speak about, but yes, I agree. I'm always just like, we gotta hate the Giants more. We
Yeah.
gotta hate them more.
Well, and
Fuck these fools.
I'm like the California, California has a beautiful face, but it also has a really poopy butthole. And that beautiful face is like the East Bay and Los Angeles and San Diego. And the poopy butthole is San Francisco and Orange County.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Exactly.
we need to have the beauty against the poop. And we need to unite the beauty against the poop. And we need to stop having the beautiful face punch itself in the face because that's wrong. Why would you do that?
Why would you do it?
Why would you do that? It makes no sense.
Sense.
But I know there's a lot of people who are, because that's the other thing. There's a lot of Raiders in the Dodgers fan base, and I think that there's a lot of Dodgers Raiders fans who are fuck San Diego because of the Chargers.
Yeah. Well, yes. Yeah, well, it's twofold. Yeah, those fans are, I mean, if they have anything, they are loyal. I really don't understand it. I have a friend that his dad and he was born into being a Raiders fan, and he's mostly just a Lakers fan. That's kind of the only team he gives a shit about, but he will be whenever his dad is talking about football, he's like, "Don't care, it's not the Raiders." And it's just and he's like, I will, and he's he admits that he was I will start caring when the Raiders are good. And I'm like, I mean, at this point, why are you even a fan?
They're nothing if not consistent,
consistently dog shit.
Well, but that's what I mean. All right, it could be worse. Again, a lot of the Raiders fans I met, are for lack of a better description, straight up criminals. I had my sweatshirt stolen by a fucking Raiders fan at SoFi Stadium this year.
That is absolutely insane. It's just never beating the allegations, huh?
They're not. I'm so and look, it's not everybody. It's not all the Raiders fans, but it's certainly a sizable percentage of them. And I would also argue a lot of the guys that play for the Raiders because I think Max Crosby breaks car windows in his spare time. That's just my opinion. That's not defamation.
No,
and
yeah,
he's a public
just your
figure.
opinion.
There's no actual malice there. But my opinion is Max Crosby loves to break car windows.
Yes.
Disabuse me of that opinion.
He just seems like he likes it. Like, he
Yeah.
gets a kick out of it.
Yeah.
100%.
He probably pays for anybody that asks. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I just here's $750. Like, I got you. I'm sorry. It's just like that's how I get off. That's why I have to be. That's why I have to be paid like $50 million a year. Is because like I gotta elbow those car windows, right?
Yeah, someone has to pay for these.
Exactly.
It's not gonna be me. It's gonna be the team.
All I'm saying is I would not have wanted to be a sedan outside the Raiders facility after Pete Carroll told Max Crosby he wasn't playing in the last game of the season. I would not have wanted to be a sedan.
Yeah, you want to run that because all of a sudden at that point he's just gonna steal someone's spark plug and
I feel like stealing someone's spark plug isn't really like a Raiders crime. I feel like it requires too many thoughts in your head. Like you have to.
Yeah,
open the
you're right.
hood.
I was kind of saying it. I was like, that requires a little too much. It's too much of a process.
Yeah.
To get to that point.
Like I feel like if
Yeah.
most Raiders fans would probably electrocute themselves trying to steal a spark plug.
It wouldn't, which is why they would just use the elbow and break the
Exactly.
elbow.
Brute force works.
It does. It'll just break your hand.
But again, they don't seem like the type of people who can feel pain. So.
Well, yeah, they'll break the hand and a couple days later be like, why can't my finger move?
Yeah.
Weird. And
It
then
takes them a
not do
couple days
anything
to
about
figure it out.
And then be like, I think I broke my finger. It's fine. It's fine. I love it's fun being a sports fan in Southern California, but
It
it's
is.
also
That's.
incredibly annoying at the same time.
I think.
'Cause I need all these Steelers fans to just actually root for a team that's from their state in football.
I can't believe there's so many freaking Steelers fans here. And it's like on a certain level, like, here's what I'll say about the Raiders fans. Like, they might be like, a lot of them might be dumb as shit, and like some of them might be criminals, but like they're not so dumb that they'll pay like $350 to watch their garbage ass team get smacked by the Chargers.
They won't do it. Yeah, that's just stupid.
They're
That's
not
dumb.
that type of dumb. And I do think that they deserve, and honestly, every other NFL fan base does deserve credit for being, except for the Broncos, not the Broncos, but every other NFL fan base deserves credit for not being that kind of dumb.
I agree.
Or the
I agree.
Cowboys. God damn, or the Cowboys. Jesus Christ. I will give that to the Broncos. Their fans are like, I don't feel as though the fans that were commenting on my thing, like I didn't get the impression that they hadn't finished kindergarten. I can't say the same for the Cowboys.
Unfortunately, I know a person who is a massive Cowboys fan that lives here. Genuinely illiterate. Genuinely. Yeah.
Not surprising. I mean, there was a guy after the Cowboys game who said that the reason why we shut down the Cowboys offense in the second half is because the Chargers sat on the ball for the entire second half. And I was like, sorry, do you understand how down and distance work?
Of course not.
He doesn't. I'm surprised that he was literate enough to comment on my TikTok, to be quite
There's
honest.
the string of words that made sentences, yeah.
It's
Wild.
I honestly, it's similar to Bo Nix in that, like, I just, like, even being as uncharitable as I possibly could, I could not really even conceive of just how dumb these people actually were.
Right. Just reminds me of oh my God, completely forgot to mention that shout out to bro that I met before the Texans game. He does a lot of this was the guy that we did the video with,
Oh yeah, that did the video of us.
which I'm not gonna comment on it because I do this thing because I like you. I like him too, but I just wish I was correct. That's all.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, man. I was very You know what it is? We always go into the Texans game confidently thinking we're gonna win, and we're just kind of wrong. The next time we play the Texans, I will have no thoughts. I will have no thoughts about winning and
I
losing.
just feel like this is the game because they're gonna play again next year. They're gonna play again. I wish I knew how to pronounce his name. I always see it and I don't know. It's like Albia. His
Yeah, you sent me the TikTok, but
Yeah.
I'll shout out one more time Lightning Strike and Jay from
Yeah.
Charged
Super
Up.
dope. Super dope.
Yeah, that was
I get
just
talking
such a
about it.
legendary tailgate.
I just yeah. The guy that did that thing, he was giving out, I think I might have mentioned it, but he was actually giving out these pretty sick hats that if like you said something that he was like, oh yeah, if you like actually watched this, like just say this, and I'll give you one. Yeah, but he had already run out by the time I saw him.
Damn.
But next time.
Next time.
Next
To
time.
be on it.
Oh, I will do a call to action. I'll do a call to action real quick. If you are intending to go somewhere to watch this game on 5 p.m. Sunday, Pacific Standard Time, do yourself a favor and look up your diehard Bolt Fam Instagram page or Facebook page. You can take a look at the Chargers. Just look up Chargers bars, and on the Chargers website, they have bars that are listed as like official Charger bars.
Yeah.
Shout out to the one at East LA. That one is they have amazing tortas. Amazing tortas. It's insane.
I'm trying to go there. Fuck.
Dude, I love their beer too. It's so good. Oh my God.
Is it near a metro stop? Because then I can drink as much of that beer as I want.
It's near Union Station, actually. Yeah. Not a metro stop, but there's a bus stop right there that me and my dad
I can
both
take
take,
that. I can
actually.
settle for a bus stop. I can
Yeah.
still use the tap card, right?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Which I love. I love that the Lightning Strike podcast, by the way, mentioned when getting to the tailgate that you can take the metro
Yes.
to like really like whatever you can do to like avoid driving if you're intending to drink as well. Like,
Oh yeah.
just make sure, just do a little bit of research and just find what you can. Because it's a good time. It's a good time
Yeah.
if you can
And it's way
take
better
some
to be
public
able to
transit.
drink and not worry about having to having to drive on the back end.
Yeah, and having to worry about everyone else on the road. Like it's gonna be a little rainy here, I think.
Yeah.
Like don't want to worry about any of that, but definitely take a look at the Die Hard Bolt Club stuff. I said Bolt Fam, but it's Bolt Club.
We're all the Bolt fans.
If you're like not even in Southern California, I think there's plenty of them that like I know there's one for Houston, there's one for Oregon, like
Gotta
one
be
in
Dallas.
NorCal,
I saw so many people out at the game in Dallas.
Dallas. Yeah, like there's Atlanta. I know there's one in Atlanta. Like just look it up, find the people, and hopefully you can be around actual Charger fans when we hopefully get a dub.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And
It's
yo,
also
shout
really
out.
nice to be around people when you get an L because it makes the pain feel less shitty.
Oh yeah.
I know from experience.
Well,
I know.
And I want to shout out all my Charger fans who are going to be going to the game in Foxboro. If it's your first time in Boston, email us, email boltscricketpodcast@gmail.com, and I can give you some Boston Rex. Go to Kelly's Roast Beef. Jesus Christ, it's so good. I don't know, Patriot Place kind of blows, but like, dude, Kelly's Roast Beef. If you stay in Boston, you got to go to Kelly's Roast Beef. There's like 50 of them. Shout out to everybody going to the game. Godspeed. It may be snowing in Foxboro, which in my childhood was basically a guaranteed Patriots win, but I don't know. It snowed in Foxboro a few weeks ago, and the Bills were in town, and the Bills fucking beat the Patriots. So, we'll.
This Chargers team I think is tough enough. They're
Oh,
resilient
yeah.
enough. The weather is not a factor for me.
Well, there was another consistent factor in those snow games, and that consistent factor was called Peyton Manning. And there was another consistent factor called throwing interceptions, which I think that just on a like game versus game level, Justin Herbert, as much as he can be a mad lad, he's not as reckless as Peyton.
Nah, no, definitely not. And hopefully this game is a good one, man. I really
think it will be.
want people to come together and have. I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing. I have no clue yet. But I really want to be around Charger fans. I know because it's gonna be a stressful one, and you might as well do it communally. It's definitely a lot of fun doing it that way. And just win, dude. Just win. Please.
I think it's time. I think we got it. I think it's time.
Please.
I enter with humility, but as like the most impartial person on this game that I could think of, I think there's a little bit of an edge. Because listen, any Pats fans that listen to this, I know everything that you're saying. I know most of the arguments against the Pats right now are fucking stupid. And the case that I've made against the Pats, I think, is far more nuanced and just sort of has to do with what we haven't seen yet. But as coming from it as impartial of a place as I can, I really do think that there are some questions that the Chargers are going to ask that we haven't seen the Patriots answer this year.
And that's all you can hope for.
Well, there's one more thing that you can hope for.
Yes.
And that thing comes next week, which is, of course, none other than the aforementioned live from Japan, because I don't think he's going to make it back to LA to tape. Live from Japan.
No, spring training's in like a month.
I know. And like he's got to go to air. He's got to get all of his Japan hours in before he has to be in fucking Phoenix.
Yeah, you don't want to be in Phoenix for too long.
Oh, yikes. And like you want to prep your vibes first before you get there too.
Yes.
Because like just like feeling all that rage, it's it's something, right? But anyway, our guest next week will be none other than our favorite all-rounder, Shohei Ohtani. So, for Marlo Wax, two-time defending podcast champion Marco, Ariane Ori, and everyone else associated with the NFL's 4077 team, my name is Nick Cates, and I'm saying, well...
I've got so much to say and so little time to say it. Great job, everybody. Who's got it better than us? Nobody!